Okay, take two. Just like last week, the first time we tried, it didn't do anything, even though it says live. If you can see me and hear me, then when you hop on, let us know you're here. So if Ed can start seeing comments, I'm going to check and see if I can find it on my phone. Once you start commenting.
Yeah, Marie LaRosa.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, see, now this time it took. Somebody else earlier said they tried 3 or 4 times before it took. I don't know why it's doing that, but it did the same thing to us Tuesday. But, you know, we'll just keep coming. But thank y'all for being here, and I hope you've had a great week. Today is Friday, thank goodness. I am Julie with Creations by Julie. I go live every Tuesday night at 6:30 and Friday nights at 6:30, and we're going to make something really fun tonight. Tuesday night we made a rose patriotic cross, and if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that one. Usually on Fridays, the first thing I like to do is to do my giveaway. And I said Tuesday what I was going to do is just find the video. Let me find the video from Tuesday. I'm going to have to scroll back a little bit here. Okay, turn my sound down because I don't want to hear myself. And what I'm going to do is just start with the comments, and I'm just going to scroll a little bit. I think Ed's trying to tell me somebody that's on. So I'm just going to scroll, and then we'll announce the winner. And what I'm giving away is this canvas panel and one of my summer napkins. And if you don't know how to decoupage a napkin onto a panel, a canvas panel, go back and find my video here on my page where I showed you exactly step by step how to do it. Or watch me live Sunday afternoon in our new crafters event that I'm going to participate in for the first time. I'm kind of nervous about it, but it'll be fine. Hopefully everything goes okay. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll, and then the first name I see when I look, and it's Kathy Nonclerg. N-O-N.
Texas Eye Institute.
Sorry. Kathy Nonclair. All right, Kathy, you're going to get, if I don't have your email, private message me and send me your address. I may already have it, but if I don't, I'll send you a message. All right, let me get out of this. And that was my eye doctor's office that I'm supposed to have an appointment Monday, and I'm sure that's what they're doing. Okay, now let me go back on here and get this pulled up for Ed, so if anything happens, he can still read the comments for this one. All right, the sound is turned down. There you go. Okay, well, again, thanks for joining me. Things are kind of crazy, you know, when you think you're going live and you push the button and nothing happens, even though it tells you you're live, but you're not, so you have to redo everything. So tonight, I want to show you how to make these cute little puppies. Now, mine, I added eyes to it. My husband doesn't like the gnomes with no eyes, so he liked it better, and I made mine a little girl just by putting a bow in it. This is the very first one.
Peggy Ford was driving, so she's going to listen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Keep your eyes on the road, Peggy. And you can go back and watch the replay to see exactly what I use. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you need. Now, the one I'm going to make tonight is not going to look just like this because this fur did not come from Hobby Lobby. I actually ordered this for the beards for my gnomes. And the fur is a lot longer because it was a bigger size sheet and stuff. And if you're interested in it, I got it on Amazon. It actually is called a fake fur area rug, and it was 31 inches by 31 inches. So, but that's what I made this one out of. Tonight I'm going to be using, and I haven't made up my mind what color yet. This is the fur that you would get at Hobby Lobby. Now, it's pre-packaged. And it's not but 9 by 12, I think, something like that. And you can see where I've cut each one of them. I've cut a beard out of. But this is how they come, and they're just folded in half. So I don't have a whole lot of fur to work with. I think I'm gonna make it out of this multicolored one. So anyway, you can also buy your fake fur on a bolt. You could buy you a half a yard of it and have plenty of it. But see, this fur is nowhere near have the strands of hair that this one does. So I don't know what this one's gonna look like, but I know it won't look like this. So let me tell you, it's kind of scary to get on a live and do something you've never done before with materials that you haven't used. But to start with, most people that I saw and that I watched used a yogurt container, an empty yogurt container. We don't eat yogurt, so I didn't have that. And I was sitting there one day and I thought, a water bottle should be perfect if the glue is okay with it. We have water bottles galore. So I had Ed actually cut my water bottle. You can kind of feel a ledge right here under the label. That's where he cut the water bottle for me to use. But then I got to thinking, you know, it's a little flimsy, and I'm sure the reason they used a yogurt cup is because it's a little heavier and substantial more than this is. But you can use any number of things. If you can't go much larger than this if you're going to use the fake fur from Hobby Lobby on just a piece like this because of the amount of fur you need. You can go bigger around if you want a bigger dog, if you buy your fur by the yard or whatever. But this worked okay for this one, and I think it'll work fine for this one. It should be about the same size. But you're going to need, that's your container. Now what I did, what I'm going to do, I had a little bit of sand. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. So I actually weighted this one down just a little bit so it doesn't turn over. And I'll show you how I did that too. But you're going to need your fur. You're going to need a container, a plastic container, something, rocks, beans, anything to weigh it down just a little bit if you use a water bottle. But a water bottle worked great. And then depending on if you want to put bows, you're going to need some pink felt for a nose, and you're going to need a black pom-pom. I just picked these up at Walmart because on this one, you can't really tell, but all I had was the tiny pom-poms, and I had to glue 2 of them together to get the nose big enough. So I noticed this pack has got some black pom-poms in it that are larger, so I'm going to use those. And you need an X-Acto knife, possibly a marker, and a glue gun. So anyway, do we have anybody joining us? Okay, I'm glad y'all are here. When you hop on, say something. Sorry, I lost my shoe. Okay, so.
Sharon Bohan.
Okay, any questions about the materials you need? This comes in several different colors, and I'll tell you, if you just want a little scrap piece like this, I want to say it was like $3.47, and it's over where, in the aisle where they sell their pieces of felt. When I bought them, they were hanging up. The reason I ordered this from Amazon, and so you can see the difference in the fur, was for my gnome beards. Hobby Lobby did not have any of the white, so I just ordered that off of Amazon. I'm sure you can order different colors on Amazon also, but this is what I had. I wanted to show you what you could use if you just go to Hobby Lobby. You can buy it half a yard if you want to get that much off of a bolt. But if you just get a piece like this, you can see I've cut a beard out of this one. It's all I've used it for. Okay, so you're going to take your plastic piece, and you want your fur, you know, going the natural way. You don't want it sideways, so this is the top. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to start here at the edge. You put your plastic bottle, your container, whatever, right at the, not at the fur, but at the material. And this, pretty much, you want at least 2 inches above it. And when I roll this up, and I'm going to get this started, I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and a little glue there just to kind of get it going.
Jeannie says hi.
Hi, Jeannie. Have you made one of these yet? Okay, I'm just gonna do that to kind of get it started. This is where it worried me about the water bottle, but I have a low temp glue. I was afraid that the glue would, melt the water bottle, but it didn't. All right, you get it stuck on there. If you've got a big piece, you want to cut it about 2 inches above. So this, I'm going to go ahead, and because you're going to use the other part for the ears, I want to make sure I give myself plenty of room for the ears. And actually, I don't want to cut it. I don't know what I'm thinking. That may mess up the top. It's in anyway. You need to use your X-Acto knife. I could probably, this is not going to show, so it doesn't have to be straight. If you want to use a ruler and be precise, you can. But I'm going to start here with the X-Acto knife. And you want to make sure you cut from the back side. You don't want to cut this way because like I went to use the scissors, see a lot of that's going to fray. But it's not going to show. So I'm just going to take my new X-Acto knife and hope I don't kill myself and just cut right across here. Okay, boy, that cuts so much better than my old one. I'm just going to leave all this and cut that there. All right, we're going to say that, put that aside because we're going to use it for the ears. So one piece, Lee from the Turquoise Valentine, that's what she had. She just had one piece from Hobby Lobby and hers was fine. All right, so I'm going to take it and roll it, and you really don't need to glue anymore until you get to the back side. And see, your piece from Hobby Lobby just barely overlaps a little bit right here. So it's the perfect size if you just want to do one. All right, what I'm going to do is kind of spread my fur back a little bit here so that most of this ends up right there. And I'm going to run a bead of glue on the fur down the back. And I may have to do another because this is going to overlap just a little bit. All right, this is going to be the back of my puppy. I don't want this sticking out. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue here so it'll go ahead and lay down. I don't really want it matted in the fur. If you wanted to cut it, of course if you had a big piece you would need to cut it. That would be fine. I'm going to use my little spatula thing. But there was no need to cut off just that little bit. It didn't overlap that much. Okay. All right, you see we've just got it wrapped around. See, this one's not going to be as fuzzy. Okay, you've got that. Now, what you want to do is just kind of mess up the back here so that you really don't see that seam.
Blend.
Yeah, you just mess it up, basically.
Blend it.
Okay, before I put this down in my cup, I'm going to go ahead and put a little sand. And the way I did that is I make candles, and so I make votives. So I have these little bags. And all I did was put a little bit of sand in this bag. Like I said, you could use beans, you could use rocks, rice, whatever you've got. I just had the sand and it worked fine. If I don't spill it and make a mess. Yeah. What? You laughing at me? I'm gonna make a mess? It doesn't need to be much at all. Just something to give a... Do you want to take this in there and staple it shut? Put it back in this bag after you staple it. Okay, this is not one of the bags that you can close up very well. So I just took it and twisted it. I twisted it down. Oh, he's trying to seal it. He's getting real fancy. I just put a staple in it. Okay, I've got a twist tie here that I'm going to put around this. So much sand doesn't come out and go everywhere. Here's the bag it goes in. Okay. Put whatever you want to, and you might not want to put anything, but it is very, very light. That's another reason I think a lot of people maybe used the yogurt, because it's got a rim on the bottom and it's probably sturdier. So I just drop that down in there like that. Okay, then you're going to take your top and just push it down in there. Just fold it over and push it down in there. No need to glue it. You could if you wanted to, but there's no need to. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit so it's not really flat. And you kind of got a little something that looks really weird, but that's how it starts. Okay, from here you're going to take the piece that you have left and just, you know, kind of draw a triangle. Let's see which way this fur goes. It goes this way. So do I want to, hang on a second. I'm not sure it's going to matter too much with the, but now if you've got a lot of material, here's where you can make really big ears. And then you have an option, you can make the ears stick up, you make them lie down. So I want the wider here. So I'm just going to kind of go like that. See, that would make a great ear. If I had two of these, that's a really long ear. It's kind of going the wrong direction, but I don't have that much material. So one ear may be bigger than the other, but we're going with it. If you're a perfectionist, you could put one on top of the other and measure it. I'm not. You know, if you have a dog or a puppy or a cat, I've seen people make cats. Their ears are probably different. Okay. And see, they're not going to be very big ears. Okay. Then what you want to do is take your wide part. And see, this is not a perfect triangle, but I don't think it matters. And you're going to run a bead of glue across the widest part, fold it halfway, and then fold it halfway, just to kind of give your, that would almost look good as a cat ear, wouldn't it? So you could like do it to the back and make your cat ears standing up. These could be a lot of fun, you know. But you could, if you had enough stuff, I mean, this would be a good ear, that size. See, but the ear's bigger than the doggy. So we're going to do this one the same way, make another little ear. I think this one's going to have some weird ears. Okay? See, they're not exactly, they're not the same size. So you just hold them down a minute. And the choice is yours. Here's where you can get creative. Make sure you find your back. All right, there's my back. So I'm going to put the ears on the side. Then you can either put your ears to the back to where your dog has stand-up ears, or you put it to the side and let them flop. So you just run your glue right there. Kind of pick a side, move the fur just a little bit, put it down in there. Fold him over. I see mine's going to look weird because he's going to have two different size ears, but you may not be able to tell. fur catches on everything. Kind of try to get your ears. All right, that's what we've got so far. Now, if you've got some of this that's flyaway and you want to tack it, go ahead. But it's really not going to go anywhere. Now, see this one, see how she had so much hair that I put it up in a little thing. This one, I don't know that you could do that. You might could. But I don't think its ears are long enough to do that. But you could make him stand up. This is going to be my little boy dog, I think. Okay.
He looks kind of confused.
Now, if you don't want to put eyes or anything, then you just get your nose ready. And you could give it a brown nose. I think I will put brown eyes on this one with practice. All right, but I have to find, and it would be almost at the bottom. Let me just stump these out a little. That one's too big. I think it's this one right here is what I want. Yeah. All right, do y'all ever do that as crafters?
Teresa Hughes says hello.
Hi, Teresa. All right, I bought this whole pack of pom-poms for that one little nose. And I think there are 2 more that size in here. But I'll use them for something. Okay, so just lay him down, kind of spread his fur, depending on what you want to do. I'm going to put eyes on this one, so I think I'll get all my pieces ready. And just and this is just, you know, if you want him to have a pointed tongue, a round tongue, how long, how wide, that's just strictly up to you. I'm just going to kind of round it out a little bit. And just cut a little bitty piece of felt. Trust me, I'm not an artist. Okay, so you just want a little. A little tongue. Can y'all kind of see my little tongue? And you're actually going to, before you glue any of it, you're going to take your widest part and glue your little nose onto the tongue. Like that. And try not to glue it to your mat like I did. Okay, so you've got a little nose. I've got some buttons. They're black and brown, blue, green. I think that's a good brown one. I think this one would look good with brown eyes. Those 2 are alike, but I think they're too little. Sorry, y'all, I should have picked out the buttons beforehand. That one's good, but I don't see another one like that. There's blue. That's not alike either, but that's a good size.
According to what kind of dog?
Now it could have 2.
If it's a sheepdog, it could have a blue eye and a brown.
I'm hoping I can find. I got like 3 laying there. That's black. Well, now, that's weird. That's not a button. I don't know what it's doing in there. All right, there's one. Oh, that's green. Okay, let's see if this matches one of them. Fairly close. It would work. And y'all may not want to put eyes on it at all. But at my house, Ed doesn't like dogs. He doesn't like the gnomes. So he wants eyes on stuff. That one's real light. If you kind of put it So you're not gonna be able to put it as much under the fur as I did that one. Well, wouldn't you know? There's not another match in here the same size. There's these.
Use the two small ones, they're not that much smaller than the ones you used on that other dog.
These little bitty ones?
Yeah, look at the other dog.
Alright, let me put these back in here. This is the only time I let Ed have an opinion, y'all.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too.
Most of the time I'm like, no, he doesn't like anything different. I'm like, it's not supposed to look like that. Give you gray eyes. Okay, let me get these back in here. And that's all there is left to do with your dog. Unless you want to make it a girl and put a bow somewhere. Like that one's really close. We'll just see if the little bitty ones are too little. Okay. Gosh, some of these are so tiny. Those are really close too. I think we're gonna go with close. Alright, I think these are too big. You could do an owl. You know, you really could, and then just use some of these huge buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna lay him down here and decide. And one of those is smaller than the other one. I think I'm gonna go with these two, which are not the two Ed picked. But I think those are the two I'm gonna go with. Okay. Then you just figure out your face. Okay, let's see. If we put the nose, I'm gonna cut off a little bit of the pink I see at the top. We put the nose about right there. I don't think that's in the middle of his ears. We don't want his ears that crooked, do we? All right, ear, nose. And I'm just kind of going under the fur just a little bit to do my eyes. So his fur kind of.
Who did you pick on that?
Yeah, Karen Nonclave.
Kathy Nongrove?
Kathy.
Yeah, she's on there.
Okay, Kathy, you won the panel and the napkin out of the bundle. So if you will private message me your address, I may have it if you've won anything before. I'm thinking I probably do, but I will get it in the mail to you tomorrow. And congratulations. Oh, see, you really could do an owl. Somebody get real creative and do an owl and come back and show us. Oh, I didn't glue his nose on, but it's going to go right there. You just want to kind of go up and under that fur, because this one doesn't have a whole lot of fur.
He looks weird from the back. Turn him around.
Yeah, his ears are not great. This one probably should be a little closer. All right, there he is. He's a little weird, but you can always fluff him up. But I mean, they're so quick and easy to make. But I think if I make any more, I probably would maybe buy half a yard of the fake fur, because you see, well, no, had I not cut out, I could have made his ears bigger, but I'd have been going against the fur. But, and I may, if I decide that one ear is too little, I'll change it. But you can always, you know, pull this stuff up a little bit.
Teresa says he's cute.
he's different.
Goofy looking.
Yes. Well, you know, you see a lot of goofy dogs too. I saw somebody the other day had made a cat. But y'all, you know, if I can do this, anybody can do this. And I don't think he's as cute as his little girlfriend. She's just pretty. But if you could make one, if I had not cut out the beard out of this color, it would have made his ears wider and bigger. But anyway, he's just got a little, now I think I probably need to glue that right there just a little bit, because I can see that pulling up.
Kathy said she'd message you.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. So you see, he's not as furry, and it's almost like the way I don't know if you can tell, but the way the fur wrapped around him, this is darker and this is lighter, because see, it's a mingled.
The girl looks better with the top knot and the bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beverly Klein's watching.
Okay, so that's it. Just real short and sweet. But I would definitely, if you used a strip of fur, cut his ears a little bit larger. But, you know, since he doesn't have a bow or anything up there, I don't know, unless you pull this up a little bit to give him more of a furry head.
Stuffy.
Well, no, it's not that. I mean, I pushed it down in there. I mean, but you can play with him. He kind of has a flat head like that. But anyway, that's really all it is, and it's plenty. It's not going to tip over, so that you would never know by looking at them that it's just made with a water bottle. And you could make it taller if you wanted to, but I'm telling you, don't do anything any wider around than a water bottle if you're using the fake fur from Hobby Lobby.
Beverly says the girl looks like a Yorkie and the boy looks more like a schnauzer.
A schnauzer. You probably could do something with a beard here somehow. Yeah. I still say it'd be cute to try to do an owl, but I don't think I'm going to tackle that. Okay. I wanted to tell y'all to be sure and tune in starting Sunday. I'm going to be in my first craft event ever, but it's not just crafts. There's also people in the group that sell oils. I think there's a lady that sells Tupperware. Melanie's in there, and she has the Color Street nails. It's going to run for a week. It starts Sunday, and I'm sorry I can't tell you what time, but it'll be Sunday morning. And it runs through Saturday, and then Sunday grand prize drawings will happen. Everybody will do their own little giveaway during the week, so you could win any number of things. But I sent most of you that are on my normal lives, I'm pretty sure I sent you an invite. So go into your notifications if you haven't already accepted the invite, and just accept it to join the group, because it is a private group. Does not cost anything. Once you're in the group, you can watch everybody right there from the group. And if you want to be a part of the group and I didn't send you an invite, probably sometime tomorrow I will post a link to where you can go into the group and just ask to join. And that's all you have to do. But I will be going live several times next week. And a lot of the things I'm going to do, y'all have already seen. But we are going to have some fun and do some drawings and show them some fun things, hopefully. So be sure and do that. And next Tuesday, I will be back here live at 6:30, and Friday also. Tuesday, I believe we're going to make a everyday religious wreath. I think I'm going to take the Amazing Grace sign and make a wreath. And then Friday, I'm going to show y'all how to do fabric strawberries. and put together a little strawberry patch. So that's the plans for next week. I hope y'all have a great weekend. If there was any questions and Ed missed them or whatever, I will go back and answer them later as Facebook allows me to, a few at a time. So I appreciate y'all staying with me tonight. We were very short, like 35 minutes. That's great. So I will see you, hopefully I'll see you Sunday. I think my first time is 2:30 Sunday afternoon. But I will see you Sunday. If not, I'll see you right here on my page Tuesday at 6:30. Bye, y'all.